New York Yankees get their number one target, trade market, who they've been targeting for weeks now, Juan Soto. So the San Diego Padres knew they couldn't keep Juan Soto to a long-term extension with Fernando Tatis and Manny Machado locked up to monster deals. So Juan Soto last season, another great year for him it was. 35 homers, 109 RBIs, 97 runs scored, 12 stolen bases, a .275 batting average, and a .410 on base. So Juan Soto once again put up amazing numbers last season. I know the average has been down over the last few seasons, but on base and power has always been there. And I think the Padres got a decent return. They got Michael King, Randy Vasquez, Johnny Brito, three young arms for the most part in the deal. I know King's up there a little bit at age of 28, 29, but he really hasn't been a major leaguer. And you got Drew Thorpe as well, top 100 prospect in Major League Baseball at number 99, and Kyle Hishigawa, backup catcher. So Juan Soto, in terms of fantasy baseball, he's going to be a first rounder. I think the numbers go up a little bit, hitting the short porch in right field in Yankee Stadium. And now to have him and Judge in the same lineup is definitely lethal for this New York Yankee team. And they needed that second big hitter for many seasons now, with Judge pretty much carrying the offense the last 3-4 years. So Juan Soto, fantasy value, just going to bump up. And it wouldn't be surprising if he's a top 5 pick this season in fantasy drafts. The Yankees got Trent Grisham as well, and Trent Grisham, we know he's a defensive player for the most part, even though he has showed some pop over the last couple seasons. So Grisham is a fourth outfielder and a defensive replacement in crucial parts of the game. It's a solid move as well, where Judge is going to be playing center for this Yankee team. So Grisham last season, 13 home runs, 50 RBIs, 67 runs scored, 15 stolen bases, a 198 average, and a .315 on base. So Grisham, he's not going to have any fantasy value, but like I said, he's a player to play a few times a week, and a fourth outfielder, it's solid for the Yankees. And now with the Padres got in the deal, Michael King, last season he emerged for this New York Yankee team, starting as a swingman and then going into the rotation. 4-8 record, 6 saves, 127 Ks, a 2.75 ERA, a 1.15 WHIP, and 2 quality starts. So Michael King, I know he's 29 years old, and he's in the latter part of his career a little bit. Not a younger prospect, but he was one of the main pieces in this deal. And they're looking for major league ready arms right now as a San Diego Padre team, where last season they definitely struggled. So if King's definitely in the rotation, he's a player I would take a flyer on in probably the 15th, 18th round range to start looking at him. Johnny Brito, he really hasn't done much in his major league career. Last season, he's had a couple moments working in and out of the bullpen and starting. 90 and a third, 9-7 record, a save, 72 Ks, 4.28 ERA, and a 1.22 WHIP. And now to Randy Vasquez as well. Him and Brito, I'm going to put them in the same category as players to maybe take a flyer on at the back end of your fantasy drafts. Because going into the year, even if these guys make the rotation over there for San Diego, I don't see him having value right off the bat. So Vasquez, a small sample size last year, 37 and 2/3, 2-2 record, 33 Ks, a 2.87 ERA, a 1.27 WHIP. So he pretty much was a 4 or 5 inning pitcher. He did have a nice ERA and almost a strikeout an inning, but these guys will be back into the rotation starters if they make the rotation out of spring training, besides Michael King, where he'll definitely have a rotation spot, in my opinion. If the Padres are going to go that route with him and Kyle Hishigawa, he's not a fantasy option. He's a backup catcher at this point of his career. And Drew Thorpe, maybe next season, mid-year, end of the season, he'll come up to the major league. So he's more of a dynasty league type of player to target in your fantasy draft. So Juan Soto finally traded to the New York Yankees in a blockbuster deal. And it's been rumored for a few weeks here, but it finally comes to fruition. And the Yankees, he was their number one target in the trade market, and they land him, and hoping that he could bring them a championship in the upcoming 2024 season.